we're out here giving her this morning. Good morning, early afternoon. It's around there sometime, very close to lunch. And I'm working on this Kubota 80. I backed it out of the shop. I put it out here yesterday, and here's where I've gotten so far. I got my paint out. We're giving her, it was warm, and it's supposed to be 10 today. So there's a before shot right there. I got her cleaned up a little bit. Well, there you go. There's the blade. I painted that last night. And that is Kubota paint on there. And expensive paint too. Let me tell you about the price of that. So I was working on this front blade this morning. Got a little bit more to do there. It sure as hell beats the rusty orange. That's what it looked like earlier. That blade right there, she was a rusty orange. So we're putting Kubota paint to her. And here's what the track carriage looks like on this side. Right there. So there's your track frame. And it's coming along nicely. I was working on that, and I'm working on that right now, actually. Back of the blade, it's all painted for the most part. And of course, I'm trying to stretch that paint as far as I can. And the rear skived up counterweight wrecking ball. It came out nice. That's one coating of Kubota Excavator Black, it's called. On this particular model year, 2020, they call that Excavator Black. Kubota has a lot of different paint schemes. Alright, so Kubota's got a lot of different paint schemes. The newer orange in the Kubota is called Kubota Blaze Orange 2 or whatever it's called, Orange 2. It's not the original Kubota Orange. And then they've got their gray, and they've got Excavator Black, and they really try and keep that market cornered with their paints. And you can get the older Kubota Orange mixed up at a paint shop. And I don't know if you can get the newer Orange 2 mixed up or not, but I'm going to look into this Excavator Black. I haven't had any luck on the internet except through Kubota with this Excavator Black. And let me tell you, even American prices on this per quart, this is a quart, are outrageously high. But right now, this Excavator Black at the dealership, you're looking at 80 bucks a liter. $80 Canadian for this Excavator Black. It's just outrageous. And mind you, it's a good paint. I think it's super high in VOCs too, those organic compounds, those vapor organic compounds or volatile organic compounds, because it smells really bad. And usually if it smells super strong, it's got a lot of VOCs in it, and this does harden quickly. It is good paint, there's no doubt about it. And you put this on, and you know what, you're good to go. An hour later, you can touch this paint with your hands, and I'll tell you, it's hard. So it's a pretty good quality paint. But there ain't no paints out there worth 80 bucks a liter. None, except for Kubota, the ones you gotta have. I shopped around and I couldn't find them. So anyway, that's what we're working on today. And I'm gonna finish this track frame, but she's coming out pretty good, looks pretty good. And I got the Blaze Orange 2 or whatever the hell it's called, I can't remember. And I'm gonna do the bucket and touch up that thumb a little bit, and that guard, anywhere where there's scratches, I've been going around too with the Excavator Black. So I'm gonna have to buy 1 more liter of this Excavator Black because I just don't have enough to do it, and that's what I'm working on today. So just that paint I put on that track frame on the other side an hour ago, bone dry already. Bone dry and rock hard, that Kubota paint. We won't get it perfect, but we're going to get it a hell of a lot better than it was. I don't even have it in me. It's not even in my DNA to let something get this rusty. Just not. Can't help it. It's just the way it is. I just can't do it. So I'll throw a little bit better quality than a Ritchie Brothers paint on it, and we'll call her good. A little bit better. Gotta love them auction paint jobs before a piece of machinery comes to auction. It don't matter what she looks like inside. Just pressure wash her and throw a coat of paint on her. Throw her in the auction. That's what scares me about auctions. And really, that's why I don't buy from auctions. And I never have. I've never bought a piece of heavy equipment from a Ritchie Brothers or any of those big auctions, because I've never actually went in there to try the equipment out, and I would never buy anything online. That's just me. Right or wrong, it's up to everybody what they do, man. But you know what? I can't do it. I got to try a piece of equipment out, and when you start paying big bucks for equipment, I can't afford to make too many mistakes. And you know what? You don't always come out on the winning end, but I try to. So unless I'm actually there at the auction sale, like I bought lots of stuff from farm auctions in Southern Ontario growing up, lots of stuff, but I'm actually there. I'm on it. I'm starting it up. I'm trying it out and driving it around and everything else, which you can do at Ritchie Brothers, but you know what? Unless you're there, I would never buy something online. No way. I'm just not going to do it. I have to be there. Stuff is too expensive nowadays. Equipment parts are just, there's too much money involved for me to take that risk. I'd rather pay more money up front and be able to use my equipment right away. That's just me. Everybody's different. But I do love auctions. Auctions are awesome. I pressure washed this machine quite some time ago and put the old pressure washer to where I knocked as much mud off as I could. And of course it was freezing back then, so I couldn't do anything. And then I waited for it to unthaw, and I chipped it all out with a scraper and cleaned the undercarriage as best as I could. It's quite a task cleaning the undercarriage, that's for sure. And like I said in previous videos, when I bought this machine you're probably pushing 170,000 bucks now with tax in, new with a thumb. There's no doubt, especially with the price increases and everything. And even a good used machine, you're going to pay quite a bit of money for. So I just can't afford to neglect them and let them go. Even buying them used with 1,600 and change hours in this machine, I can't afford to let this machine go. I have to be on top of it. But that's just how I roll. And I'm sure there's lots of contractors There's lots of guys out there in the big cities all over the place that just don't have time to do this. They don't have time. They're so busy that they get in these machines and they start them up and they run them, they service them, they put them back in business. They don't care about what a track frame looks like, and they just run them. Then they put them through Ritchie Brothers, put them up for sale, get rid of them, they lease another brand new machine, and that's just the way it goes. But a guy like me, I can't afford to be doing that. And I don't want to be making payments every month on a machine. I just don't want to be doing that. Because my season up here is a lot shorter. And you're definitely not going to generate the revenue up here you would in the big city. So, hence, I got to hold on to the machines for a long time and just run them. All right, so take a good look at her. I'm almost out of paint on this 1 liter. I probably used 7/8 of a can to do both track frames, full counterweight blades, so you can stretch it pretty far, that paint. But I'm not done yet. I want to do that front idler. I want to do them rear sprockets, and I want to do the upper portions of those track frames that you can see inside. But I have to let the lower end of the track frame dry first, so that way when I disturb all the dirt on top of the track and the dirt on the upper frame and it falls in the fresh paint, it won't stick. So I got to let this dry, and it doesn't take long. It takes about an hour, and this paint is dry. So, and it's pretty ripe too, this paint. This is not healthy paint. She's high in the VOCs, I can tell you that. But damn good paint for drying, that's for sure. So, I'm going to continue on. Guess what? I'm going to fire up the orange. I'm going to come up to this front bucket. That orange has got me all excited. Okay, away we go. Now, we all know this bucket hasn't seen paint since the machine left the factory. So hopefully we can get it reasonable. She may not be pretty, but she's going to look that way. Alright, man, let's carve into some blaze orange too. Alright, I stand corrected on this. Bright orange too. I think I said blaze or something. Whatever I said. It's bright orange too. And meanwhile, that excavator black, it's going to dry. We'll carry on with this. Oh yeah, that thing's looking sick. Nice. This will take some paint to cover this up, that's for sure. Of course, we all know, a few scoops in the ground, the paint will be gone. But you know what? It won't disappear right away. It'll be on there for a bit. Anything's got to look better than the rust. Rust orange. I prefer blaze orange versus rust orange. And if somebody knows where paint's available at Excavator Black online, that would be nice to know, because I haven't found it. I found the older Kubota orange. Everybody's making that up. But to find the paint codes for the Excavator Black and this blaze orange, that would be nice to know. Especially, like I said, at 80 bucks Canadian a liter, that's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And you sure as hell know, if you can find the aftermarket paint, nobody's going into Kubota and paying 60 or 55 or 57 US a liter, unless they have to, or 80 bucks Canadian. Well, probably. Whatever you guys are paying in the US, we're double it for us. No sun expected today either. Cloudy day. But you don't need sun to dry this paint. And this is going to take 2 coats for sure. All right. So now we're going to move on here and do a little detail work. I don't mind doing a little detail work on the machine. I don't mind doing any work if the weather's nice out here. But you want to talk about detail work and cleaning and making something look good. I have to say, there's one guy out there who can take a turd and he can polish it into a diamond and he can make it look real good. And that guy out there is my brother. He can take a project, especially motorcycles. He's into old vintage bikes and whatever, and he can turn the worst looking motorcycle and he can take and put a complete makeover on a motorcycle that nobody can, man. And when he's done painting and polishing and buffing up aluminum casings and everything else, the machines look pristine, and he's very good at it. And when it comes to detail work like this, where somebody's got the time and effort and the patience, he's got it for doing this detail work. So I have to say, he does a good job making something look good, and I don't mind doing it either. That's for sure, as long as you got a place to do it. So I'm just putting a detail work on this right now, just smaller stuff. I like it. I want it to look good. And the whole project right now is coming along pretty good. It's about 10 degrees C out there. I'm actually a bit overdressed right now, but not much sun. So I'm really stretching this liter of Kubota Excavator Black for this job. But that's just what you have to do sometimes. It's coming along good. I think Ritchie Brothers would be proud. She's ready for the auction. Not that it's going there, but... well, not yet anyway. So yeah, she's looking pretty good. I put 2 coats of paint on that bucket, and it's coming along nice. This thing here is looking pretty ratty. This keeper plate, oh, son of a bitch. There was a drop of paint on my nice orange. I can tell you, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree in our family when it comes to keeping things in good shape. My dad always made us keep things in good shape. He wasn't maybe quite as meticulous, but he always taught us to take care of our stuff, and that's just been forever etched in our memory. Is take care of your equipment. Take care of whatever you buy, even your house, even your lawn, even everything, man. That's just how we are. Except for small engines. Let's just put small engines out for now. Forget small engines. I'm the small engine abuser. Oh, we got some sun. We got some sun. Oh, she's looking pretty good. Better call the Dr. Diesel, because this machine is looking sick. All right, so there we go. We got that done. It's pretty much coming to a close on there. Track frames, everything's looking good. I got a bit of the upper track frame to do in the inside yet, but I'm pretty much out of paint. Big difference on that counterweight on the back of that machine. Huge difference. And I started, and then I ran out of paint underneath the machine, down in there. I started doing the underneath. It's coming along. Gotta wait for it to dry, do some more cleaning, and I gotta get another liter of that paint. But she came out nice. And I'm not going to paint the inside of the bucket. That's just excessive. That's way too excessive. Thumbs all done. 2 coats of paint on that bucket. All right, you guys. I thought I'd show you a little bit of touch-ups on this Kubota KX 080. I've been just chomping at the bit to start painting on this, and so far it's coming good. So we're almost there, and I'll shoot one more walk around vid when it's completely done, but just goes to show you how nice it could be when you put a paint job on her. Okay, talk to you later, thanks.